Minister, thanks so much for joining us on the record. The West says Russia's economy is in crisis. How do you respond?
I don't know what do you mean about crisis, because last 3 years the growth of Russian economy is about 10%. Yes, this year may be not so positive because the other side of our growth was inflation, and nowadays the main task is to lower our inflation. So the real key rates is quite high, and of course it couldn't influence on our economic growth. So economic growth now is quite moderate, but our development became more sustainable and more balanced.
Oil prices now over 100. At what price are you budgeting?
Our price in budget is $59 per barrel, yeah, for euros.
Yeah. How much damage do you think will be done if oil prices go below 100?
There will be no damage to Russian economy because we have a special budgeting rule. When the price for oil is more than 59, then we begin to stock additional funds, and when it's under the 59, so we start with the spending the funds. So the special reserve funds, which we call the Fund for National Welfare.
When you think about the Russian economy today, where are you looking for growth?
The main source of growth became internal, not external, but internal. So first of all, it's our internal demand, of course. It's the consumption of population, of state, of course, and investment. So it's the main resources, and the influence of export issues became less and less.
Tell me, the Russian ruble is very strong, but for everyday Russians, the economy is very hard. At what point do you think that's unsustainable? Because prices are too high.
Sustainable could be only flexible regulation of rubles. So it's just supply and demand. Yes, we understand why why our ruble is so strong now, because we have a lot of export and less import.
Yes.
And now we have no outflow of capital flows.
Yes.
Yeah, because before that, our economic model was based under consistent outflow of capital, and different ways. For example, state also make its reserve fund using currency, foreign currencies. Now it's illegal, forbidden to get access to these currencies, to these funds. Nevertheless, now we have no opportunities to save funds in dollars, in euros, yenes, etc., etc. So our business now use more rubles, even in investment, in saving money, and also in our foreign trade.
So you've de-dollarized, essentially.
Yeah, right.
You've been forced to. Tell me this, how, for everyday Russians, the economy is very tough right now because their rubles don't go as far as they used to because prices are high. How long is that sustainable?
When you are talking about high prices, you should compare prices and incomes. Because
but you guys have one of the biggest disparities in the world between high income and low income in terms of that gap.
First of all, let's talk about average, and then about gap, okay?
Okay.
If we are talking about average, we should understand that last year it was a very big rush in people's income and in the real people income. So inflation was low, then growth of nominal people's income growth. So in real, it was a real economic growth and real people's income growth.
Yes.
in Russia. Yeah, last 3-4 years. So, and it was maybe the best figures than ever before.
But in spite of that fact, there was wage growth, there was economic growth.
Yeah, economic growth, wage growth, and
yet the problem is that the prices are still so high that most Russians are struggling.
no.
You don't think they're struggling?
Well, no, of course, when prices go up, everybody struggle for something, of course. But nevertheless, the people's income, even in a low part, in a population with lowest part of income, the growth of income was even more than an average, because last several years, our government and our federal budget, after special president program, started making special payments for, especially for family with a lot of children.
Supporting them.
Supporting special. So our poorest part of population
Yes.
take special benefits from this, and it was a part of our social policy, and we take money from economy, from companies,
Yes.
first of all from oil and the resources economy, part of economy, to spend more for poor people.
What is the plan now? Because at this point, the prices are high, people are struggling.
We don't regard this higher price, and especially situation in Hormuz, in Strait of Hormuz, as a key point of economic policy, because we regard the situation as a very temporary one.
Yes.
And we understand that oil price will return to its normal value sooner or later. So we should change the structure of our economy. We should increase the efficiency of our economy. So we have several points maybe. First of all,
So you think that the Strait of Hormuz crisis is short-term pain?
Yeah. It's not this. We couldn't regard this as a solid base for future development or future of the country.
Yeah.
So we should use it for changing, and we have several directions and several items maybe of change. First of all, it's productivity of labor and labor market. We should make it more flexible. For example, we change the limits for extra hours to work. It was 120 per year, so it was very low figure for all around countries. So now it's 240 hours. So it's average maybe around the world. Okay, then we make our labor market more flexible. It touches SMEs companies, and of course we develop labor and employment which connect to platform economy, marketplaces, etc. Because of course new platform economy is a way to engage more people in labor market. Because
Yes.
we use timely employment, distant employment, etc. So now maybe the question of labor market and employment is the most limit for development for Russian economy. The other question is the question of investment.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, it's not so simple to develop in high key rates. We understand why key rates now, because it connects with our budget policy. We should normalize our budget, and we will do it, but it takes time. So it's near year, maybe near 2 years. The key rates will be not so high as now, but nevertheless higher than all around wants to be. The all around wants it to be. So we should improve and encourage our investment. First of all, is the question of investment climate. So now we optimize all the procedures which are connected with investment. So we should shortage our investment cycle and the time for investment period. After that, we of course should protect the right of property, because Russian economy must be market-oriented, and they will be market-oriented companies. So economy. So first of all, we should of course protect the rights, the property rights, the rights for investment, etc. So we make special. We understand we have some question about it. Nevertheless, we are moving forward to it. Another question, the question of equity capital, because there are too much debt capital now in the Russian economy. So now the main now point is to make more IPO, SPO, to engage people's saving in investment.
In the market.
Yeah, from one side.
And that's how you're going to create depth in capital markets.
Yeah. Because we have a very moderate capital market for such a big and developed economy as Russia now has. So it's the second investment is the second item, and the third item is foreign trade, and reestablished our trade links, payment links, financial links, etc.
Yes.
So we made a huge, big work, and maybe not huge result, but nevertheless it's a good results after 5 years.
Yes.
That we restore our relationship, we change markets, we have much more partners in other countries, in Arab countries, in Africa, in Latin America, in Asia, etc. And of course, our partnership became more complicated, maybe sophisticated, more complex, because it's not only trade, for example, with food, wheat, meat, etc. Now we are starting developing technologies together.
Yes.
We make sustainable value-added chains together. We made a system of payments which are not under U.S. controls, under SWIFT controls, etc.
Yes.
So now we really changed the world after the sanction that Western countries made for Russia. But I believe it's not only I believe. It seems that the world is changing.
Yes.
And it became really more multipolar.
Do you feel that globalization is over?
Not over, but it will be different from the one it was. I don't believe that world stopped trading. It's unbelievable, yeah. But it will be more complicated. It will be maybe several big markets, and all around should include in big markets. So it will be fragmented, of course. But I don't believe that there will be no world trade anymore, and we will need rules.
Yes.
Despite of WTO now it doesn't work, and we all understand why, because United States stops dispute settlement systems. So now it blocks, and when there is no implementation and enforcement, so no rules. Nevertheless, for example, in our trade with China and with all our key partners, we are under WTO rules nevertheless.
When you think about what happens in the next year, there's a lot of optimism that there could be a peace deal. How will that change the Russian economic model? Because as you say, you've diversified, you've de-dollarized, you've instituted your own methods of payment. How quickly could you see Russia re-enter the global financial system?
I don't believe that it could be re-entering.
Okay.
It could be a reconfiguration.
Yes.
It's hardly we will return to the institution that rejected us.
Yes.
So, of course, we should re-establish maybe a lot of rules and a lot of institutions.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.